Good morning, everyone. I am going to go through a run through on what we do with Geo every day. She's had about 2 feedings already this morning. Well, since midnight tonight or last night, she's had 2 feedings, so she's on her 3rd feeding of the day. She gets fed every few hours, and then she also gets water through her tube every couple of hours. She has water in her kennel with her, and hopefully she'll start drinking that all on her own in the next couple of days. I'll show you her kennel real quick. So this is her kennel. It's fairly large. She's got her litter box and her water. We've got her next to a window so she can look outside and get, some cat view in. Geo! See, here she comes. She's super friendly. Oh, she got her cone caught. It gets caught every once in a while. She's sitting up now, which is something she hasn't done yet. So this is a new thing. She's starting to get some of her energy back, which is good. She's kind of surveying my dogs that are hanging out here. We're getting her used to being around dogs, so that if her family isn't found, we can place her possibly with a family that has dogs if needed. So yeah, that's Geo, and this is like her little space for now. Once she starts moving around and once her tube is able to be removed, she'll be able to free roam. Until then, we'll keep her in here just so that she doesn't snag that tube. You can see it right there with the orange. It is actually inserted in the side of her neck, and I'll go over that in a little bit as we go to feed her. So basically this is her pile of medications she's got going on here. Let me see, hold on, I'll move the camera. So hopefully you guys can see all this. I'm winging it, so hopefully it works out. This here is 80. This is what she's eating right now. It's like a high calorie supplement. We've got another supplement, some pain medication, a liver regulator, because her liver numbers are really high. Again, you'll see that. I'll post the pictures of all of her reports in the comment section. This is her pain medication just from where her tube was. These are all of her pain meds, or all of her pills. We are crushing them up, and then we add a little water and give it to her through the tube because we don't want to force feed her right now. This is her pain medication. This is the only one that goes in orally because it needs to absorb through her gums. This is the slurry, basically. So it's this stuff right here with just water. And it's all mixed up here, and we'll take this tube here, or this syringe will go into her tube, and that's how we'll feed her. So I'll show you that in a little bit. Okay, so we're back. Hopefully you guys can see everything. I'm trying to make sure that you can see. This is kind of her table that we've set up in our living room for her. Has her cage on it and all her meds and everything. So yeah, I'll kind of show you what we do every day. Well, for her during the day, to get her feedings and everything done. So basically, I'll open the cage. She just kind of walks out. The cage will probably be in the way of the counter for a minute. So, come here, Geo. Geo. Come here, Mama. Hi, baby. Come on. Hershey, get in. Hi, sweetheart. So yeah, she likes to look at everything. She really likes to look outside. I'll kind of close this a little. Come here. Hi, Geo. If my dog interrupts, she's just a puppy, so she's very curious of what's going on here. So yeah, like I said, Geo is actually really active today, which is something we haven't really seen a lot of yet. She loves her head scratches. So we'll just kind of give her some loves before she eats. You can see her coloring with this light, hopefully. She's got kind of some orange all over. Kind of blended in. Where's she getting? But yeah, she doesn't seem to mind the dogs too much until they jump up here. So, but she's a little nervous of them at first. That's my coffee. You can't have it. I need to have my coffee. Again, like I said, this is every few hours that we're feeding her. And every couple hours we're giving her water. She wants her close up. Which we can adjust for the video. Come here, Geo. Oh, no. I know. Let me turn you this way so everybody can see. So we're going to take her cone off for a minute. And we need to check her wrap. Every 24 hours we kind of have to check her little wrap she's got going on here. Just to make sure it's clean. So I don't really have to take it off. I just need to lift it up. And check the stitches. So there we go. So I don't know if you can see that. I know you hate this part, but we have to do it. We have to look and make sure you're doing good. So here, I'll kind of do a close-up on her tube. So it's basically sewn in to her face right there. I know. Hold on, I need to look at the bottom. Hold on, I need to look at the bottom. So yeah, she hates that part. She's like, I'm going to go back to my kennel because I don't like you for that. So it looks really good. No redness, no ickiness. So this little sock thing that we've got on top of here, it's more or less just to keep the cone from rubbing too much on her. And then we just Velcro it back on. Cover it back up. And now we can kind of commence the feeding part, which she really doesn't mind too much. She kind of just enjoys getting the cuddles and loves. Part of that. So I'm going to move back over here so that we're not so close to the camera. I know the puppy is right next to her head, so she's getting irritated with it. But again, we've got to kind of get her a little used to dogs so that way she's more familiar with them. What's out there? She likes to look outside while she eats. So, come here, Geo. I know. So she's being kind of a butt this morning. It's kind of, I can't imagine she really likes this too much. Because it can't be fun to have the tube in your neck. So we just took like the little top off. If we don't take the top, or if we don't put the top in, then she basically drains out everything in her stomach to her side. So that's kind of not good. So we're going to flush it, plus we're giving her fluids at the same time. So that's good. I know, Geo. I know. And again, it doesn't always work perfectly. And of course, because we're on video, it's going to be even harder. So basically, I squeeze that in there, and we just kind of give it a good slow push. We don't want to do anything too fast, because if we do it too fast, it can make her throw up. So we definitely don't want that. So it's kind of just a really long, slow process. I know it's not really going to be the funnest video to watch, because this is basically, but most of the rest of it is going to be. But luckily, it's going in really easy, which means we don't have any clogging in the tubes. Once she starts, if you see that little kind of up she just did, she just felt it all hitting her tummy. So she'll get kind of a spurt of energy. Luckily, these stay in pretty good, as long as you get it in tight enough. Otherwise, it becomes really messy, which does happen sometimes. Don't mean to, but. And now we do the slurry mixture, and this is going to take even longer. The water we can kind of be a little quicker with, just because it's more of a soft or not as a strong flavor to the stomach. So we just draw it up, and this is all she's gonna have. It's just what's in this. So yeah, there's still some left in here. What we do with the extra is I just refrigerate it, and then I put it in a cup of boiling water to put this whole thing in a cup of boiling water to reheat it up. Because we want to give it to her at kind of a warm temperature. So here comes the fun part. But as long as I give her scratches, she's pretty happy with it. So this part, I'll kind of start and give her just a little bit. And then I will do kind of like a pause. So that way it can kind of settle in her stomach a little bit. Give her just a bit of a break. We'll see if we can get her to purr for you. She purrs pretty loud when she's super excited. The dogs weren't out though for her last 2 feedings. They've just kind of been out by her cage so that she could get used to them. But this is the first time they've actually been out while she's been out. So she might be a little bit more hesitant to purr right now. But yeah, she really enjoys the scratching. But yeah, so that's kind of what it is. I'll just squeeze a little bit more in really slowly and then give her another break. But again, like I said, as long as I'm scratching her chin, she's happy. So I'll also do some close-up pictures of what her coloring looks like now, like in her mouth and her ears. Again, they're still yellow. They just aren't quite as yellow as they were before. So we're seeing a little bit of a color change, not a ton yet. Again, it's going to take a few days before that happens. So, and sorry I didn't get this video up earlier this morning. I was going to do it for her second feeding of the day, but I had a cat that I needed to pick up from the West Valley shelter to go get a dental done. So it threw my time frame off. And then I also have a teenage boy in school, so I got him to school, and then I've got foster cats and my foster dogs here. I've got 2 foster dogs here right now. One of them, her name is Honey. She actually was hit by a farmer and taken to the animal shelter in Twilla to be euthanized. So we actually were able to treat her and get her all back to health, and she's a happy little jumpy girl. She can't use part of her spine, so she kind of has a funky little bounce to her step. But she's healthy, she's not in pain, so that's always good. And then I've got this foster cats, obviously. And then we've got a chocolate point Siamese that we have in foster right now. And 4 little kittens. 2 of those are tabbies. One is a ragdoll Siamese looking cat. She's cute with blue eyes. And then one of them is just like a regular Siamese, like your standard gray Siamese.